right, do you want to redo the intro?
No.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Elevator podcast, previously known as Gruber's Goobers. I am Monty, the youth director here at Meadowbrook. This is Annabelle. She's not the youth director at Meadowbrook, and that's Declan. He's the one that we have to direct.
What?
Yeah, no, actually, you are the entire reason I was hired. They were really concerned about you, specifically. That was back in your mullet days.
Is that what they told you?
That's what they told me.
We were driving to Six Flags, and your brother spilled the beans. Noah said, yeah. No, Declan's the one that you need to be concerned about. Oh, okay. We're really worried about him. He has a mullet. And then you got rid of the mullet, so I'm actually kind of worried I might not have a job next week.
So you've been doing your job well.
No, just kidding.
So actually, that mullet was awesome.
Monty said that you looked like a camel with it.
Oh, what?
You didn't want me to tell you that.
A camel? Hold on.
Did I say that?
Yes, you did.
That's terrible.
Chat.
It's when you were singing in the back booth of the sanctuary during worship.
Mm-hmm.
And you turned to me and you go, he looks like a camel.
I'm trying to remember the context with that because I remember saying that.
Yeah.
Gosh.
No, this mullet is awesome. What are you talking about? Look at that. It's beautiful.
Okay, let's continue.
Should I grow it back out? Comment down below. For real.
Okay, their first question. What are your favorite hobbies?
Okay. Decky Poo, what's your favorite hobby? You see, and now that it's said in this, everyone's going to call you that.
It's hobbies, actually. So.
Oh, sorry. What's your favorite hobbies?
Okay.
This is so awkward.
It is.
No, it's not. It's not. It's a normal conversation.
Oh.
You keep looking at the camera. Okay, tell us your favorite hobbies. Tell us about how you like to draw anime.
Oh yeah, I do enjoy drawing specifically anime characters. Yes, that is.
Yeah, sure.
Yes. And I also play football. You guys know.
Do you?
Yes, I do.
I thought you were an air hockey champion.
No, you came to one of my games.
I know. Yeah,
and I didn't play at all.
No, and you haven't invited me to any since.
Well,
it's almost like it's not football season.
Yeah.
You were about to defend it without remembering that it's not football season.
It's not football season. That's what I was gonna say.
Any other hobbies?
I'm into computers and gaming.
Yeah, but you don't own Windows.
No, I have Windows, but I don't have like a key, so I can't change my background. And there's a goofy watermark in the bottom right corner.
Oh, and you were gonna make me pay for you to just have backgrounds?
Yeah.
Did you guys hear the drama about the YouTuber who released a backgrounds app for phones? MKBHD. I love his videos. He convinced me my first pair of nice headphones.
Wait, what did you just say?
He's a great YouTuber.
Is it the headphones you have in your office right now?
No, but
else.
Those aren't very good.
Yeah, they are.
Well, I put them on and they felt cheap.
They're not. They're open back headphones, which means they're not heavy.
Yeah, I know that.
But they're really, really nice. They're not as nice as other headphones I've had.
You were telling me about these. Weren't they like originally really expensive and then you got them really cheap?
Oh, that's another pair that I sold before I got here. I'm a headphone junkie. I don't know if that's something I want everyone to know. Oh, no. It is. Okay, actually, headphones are one of my hobbies. Okay, so my favorite pair of headphones I've owned, I just did not feel like I was using them enough. I did not pay what they're worth. This is what you're talking about. They're Focals, which if you know headphones, you know. So I got them half off and only paid $400 for them, and then sold them before moving up here because I didn't really use them.
I don't know what's happening.
Other than headphones, my hobbies are I enjoy longboarding. I'm a big movie TV nerd. What's
your favorite movie?
My favorite movie? Ooh. Okay, this is my favorite movie. It's called Perks of Being a Wallflower. I think get permission from parents before watching it. It's a beautiful movie about communal acceptance, but it does have a lot of edgy stuff, and it does deal with depression, suicide. But man, it's a beautiful movie. My favorite line from it is said by Paul Rudd. and it is someone asks why do these good people keep on going to people that don't love them well? And Paul Rudd responds to him, sometimes you just accept the love you think you deserve. So there you go. Annabelle, what are your hobbies?
What a segue. What a segue.
I like to paint.
That's cool.
I feel like it's very. I like to paint, and I'm in ballet, and I'm in modern dance.
That's awesome.
So
Those are hobbies. And
Those
you
are
read
hobbies.
Augustine.
And I read Augustine.
Wow.
Have you ever read Augustine?
I don't know what
No,
that is.
he has not. I already know.
That is not who that is, but what that is.
I don't know what that is.
It's a guy.
I don't know who that is.
Let's just say Augustine.
I know
All
Gusto.
together.
He's a
3,
theologian.
2, 1. Augustine.
What? Why did we do that?
Wait.
I was so confused.
I know Gusto from Skylanders.
No.
Oh.
He's like a theologian who wrote theology.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
He was a part of the Council of Nicaea, right?
Yeah, in 325 AD.
And what was important about the Council of Nicaea?
They didn't like Arianism, and
That's true.
they made the Nicene Creed.
Yeah. And what's special about the Nicene Creed?
It's a creed.
There's a very
I forgot.
specific detail within it, and this happens
Jesus
in others.
is the begotten Son.
Yep. And okay, you
and
actually
of the same substance with the Father.
you might be more familiar with this than I am at the moment because it's been a bit since I've studied the councils. No, this is interesting stuff. Trinitarianism.
Oh,
Wasn't that the big thing of the Council of Nicaea?
yeah.
So Trinitarianism came from the Council of Nicaea, so to
Interesting.
speak. Like, it's a very Christian thing. It came from God, the Bible. Like, it's a thing. But they were the ones that put the words to it.
We did that
Get
out of the
any
mic.
that.
You guys don't sound very enthused about it. I'm sorry.
I'm not.
Be better.
I am great.
Anyways, what's a weird childhood memory you have? Can I start?
Yeah, do it.
Oh,
So,
Please don't say the dog thing.
no.
Please.
Which dog thing? Okay, we'll talk
With
about
your
the.
neighbor.
Okay,
I don't
what,
remember
you go
that.
with the one that
Okay.
you had.
Wait, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Let's not.
Weird childhood memory.
I don't remember. Okay. So my best friend at school was a tree. And
What?
kids.
Elaborate.
It was
please.
in like middle
Like-
school too, which makes it even weirder. So I had friends, right? So,
that were trees. Are
oh.
the trees speaking to
And
you?
basically,
Weirdly, this was before she was homeschooled. I was
Yeah.
homeschooled. I can make those jokes.
How many times did you watch Narnia?
a couple.
Wait, what's that supposed to mean?
I don't
The
know.
trees hear
Oh,
everything.
they-
Oh,
Well,
okay. I was
anyways,
gonna say
this
Narnia was the
tree
only movie I was
had a
allowed
s-
to watch growing up. So
Oh.
This tree had a soul, and I stole the soul from my mom's
She was
imaginary
ginger.
friend as a kid, and her name was Betsy. My mom told me. I was like, "Oh, that's awesome! I'll just take Betsy's soul and put it in this tree at my school, so I could actually have a friend to talk to at recess."
This is some redhead activity.
brutal.
So
And this
my
is right
friends-
after talking about the Council of Nicaea that
Yeah.
is not a fan of paganism. So
And so basically, I'm talking to this tree and I'm hugging it,
Hmm.
loving this tree. And my friends, like, there's people walking around. They're like,
Oh, you have
Annabelle. Yeah, I had other friends, and they were like,
the bushes.
no, the leaves are flying around. Like, what are you doing?
It's just a random fly. Oh, hey, John. It's been a bit.
Well, actually,
Is
Oh, no!
this true?
well, like box beetles. No, not
You
those.
befriended a beetle.
Yeah, that was another story.
Oh.
But my friends would be like, Annabelle, who are you talking to? And I'm like, Betsy, don't you see her?
Yeah.
And
Honest Betsy.
I made all my friends with Betsy too. And then once I graduated from that school, because it was middle school, and once I got out of middle school, Betsy lives in my backyard. I
Ah.
took the soul from that tree and put it in another one.
I'd like to meet Betsy.
Yeah, you can. She's really
Do you
pretty.
still
in the
talk to
spring.
her?
No, I haven't talked to her for like 3 years.
Oh my god.
Poor Betsy.
Go talk to Betsy.
I'll
Oh
go
my
talk-
goodness.
I'll go home and talk to Betsy.
Oh. Okay, Declan, what's your
Okay.
weirdest childhood memory?
Um,
I have one for you.
Oh,
For me?
Yeah.
What?
You haven't known.
You ready? He used to have a mullet.
Oh. That was 3 months ago.
I know, but he was a child. Still is.
That wasn't 3 months ago. That was like 3 weeks ago. 4 weeks ago.
We're trying to block it out in our memories.
That's never coming out of our memories.
You want me to
Hey,
pull up the picture again?
are you okay with us making fun of the mullet? If you're not,
don't
tell
really
us.
care.
Okay, cool. Because honestly, if anyone could pull it off,
It was me.
I was gonna say it's like I don't
Well,
know, Ryan
actually,
Reynolds.
after he said the thing
Just
about you
kidding.
looking like a camel, he did say, but he does pull it off, and that's what makes
You
me
cannot.
mad about
That's what I told you not to tell
Oh.
him. Gosh,
it. That is
The
what he
camel
said.
part or the pulling it off part?
pulling it off. I don't want you to know that you actually had a decent mullet.
You did tell me, like the first time we met.
Yeah, I remember that. Like you talked about
Okay,
it actually
like,
quite a bit.
My hometown area, like mullets are a thing. Not in
Oh,
my
yeah, you told
hometown,
me
but in the
this.
small towns around. So, your mullet was much nicer than any of those mullets. I still don't understand mullets. My mom had a mullet back in the 80s.
What?
Okay, what's your weirdest childhood memory? Childhood. Words are hard.
I need to think, man. Here, you go first. You go first.
Okay. I used to have very vivid, weird dreams.
We're
When I
getting
was
to
younger?
dreams later.
Yeah, that's. the
Oh
dreams was the
gosh,
third
that
one.
is. I was combining them in my head. I read through. You did read the questions. Wow.
Yeah, while I was in the bathroom.
Oh man, I need to change my weird memory. Oh, okay. Weird childhood memory. Got to change it to. Okay, I'm gonna go with a short one. One of my best friends in the world. You guys have heard about him. His name is Manuel. He got really into longboarding with me, and actually was one that introduced me into it. It was when I got obsessed with it that he stopped longboarding. Because yeah. But he did a bottle flip while longboarding.
Wow.
It's not really weird. That's more amazing and awesome and cool.
It's weird that you
I've-
think that. It's just a bottle flip.
While longboarding, he was in motion and landed it.
I've done that
Wow.
before. I could do that.
I don't know
Easily.
if you can longboard.
I can.
I don't think he could flip a bottle.
I can. To be honest.
No, no, no,
Oh, sorry.
no, no.
I'll just leave.
So that's more awesome than weird, though.
That's okay.
Manuel was bald in 5th grade, though. So there we go. That's the weird one. Okay, Decky Poo. What's your weird childhood memory?
So, in like elementary school, me and my friends,
That were people.
they were
Human
they
friends.
were humans.
They were not
Yeah.
Me
trees.
and my friends, we would always like bike around our neighborhood. Like it was we were like lived in
Is this about a
Racine
dog?
County. No,
Oh, that was a different one.
I could say something about a dog, but I'm not.
Okay. We're going down a different path.
It's kind of broad. I don't have really anything specific about it.
Okay.
But me and my
Okay.
friends, there was like lots of kids in the neighborhood I lived in.
So many kids.
Why did you say that?
I don't know. I was trying to active listen, and it just didn't work. You guys got awkward
Well, you
afterwards.
say so many kids.
Well, yeah, it wasn't
So
supposed to be
many.
awkward, but you just stopped talking afterwards. I was affirming it. It's like, I had a few teeth when I was in 2nd grade. So many teeth.
So many.
But then you guys just both stopped talking, and it was like, come on, this is active listening.
Okay.
So there was lots of kids.
So many
in
kids.
The neighborhood.
That's what you do. Yeah, you keep talking.
So many
Cool.
kids, and there was a variety of boys and there was a variety of girls.
Love
so
that.
basically,
The female
there was
variety.
like I don't know 12 parks around the neighborhood, like small little playground
It's
parks,
a lot of parks.
and it was like just behind like houses and
Just
stuff.
behind us.
And, yeah,
So
just
behind houses.
so many houses.
So many parks.
You guys are adding nothing to this. You're just repeating what I'm
So
saying.
little we're adding.
We're adding so many fun.
So we would. It was like the boys were on one side, the girls were on one side. We like
Okay.
had wars pretty much between each other. Obviously, the boys won every time, but it was so chaotic. And
So much
stupid.
chaos. So much stupidity.
So many kids.
I think we need to go to the next question.
Okay,
yeah. How's that for a transition?
What's the most strange dream you have had? I don't know. I said it
Okay,
like
so I was starting to tell it. Do I go back and tell it?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
go
just
first.
do it.
Okay.
'cause you already
I used to have big nightmares as a kid
Love that.
where praying
Big nightmare.
mantises would chase me through cornfields. And those were weird. Yeah.
Thank you for your time.
Anytime. Except for Tuesdays.
Why not?
Tuesdays are rough.
Oh, yeah, that's a whole nother story. We should talk about that on the next podcast. You should come
Ooh.
back and watch our next one. Come.
Okay.
Don't be
Weirdest
shy.
dream, one of you.
Okay. So when I was a kid, this is actually, it's the Christmas season, and it goes well with that. It was a nightmare. So I was at Subway, but it was like in the mall, and I was sitting at a table, and this kid comes up to me, and he's like, Annabelle.
Annabelle.
Santa has lost his key, and you need
So many keys.
So little time.
And
So lost.
he's like, Annabelle, you need to get Santa his key, and I'm
You
like,
give Santa.
where is it? And he like grabs it from his pocket and he hands it to me. He's like, Annabelle, you need to
Which
give
pocket?
the one that the key was in,
The right one or the left one?
The correct one.
the right one, because
Okay.
the right is always correct.
Oh.
Oh. Anyways. So I have the key, and he tells me you have to go give it to Santa. So I'm walking down the streets, and well, before I do that, I'm like, Mom, will you please go with me? I need to give Santa his key. And he's like, my mom's like, no. You have to do it alone, because
So alone.
at that time my brother was a baby.
Such a baby.
And she was like, Isaiah he needs to be safe. So we can't.
So safe.
We can't.
So safe.
That does not make me feel safe at all. If somebody just comes in the room and is like, so
They're
safe.
so
Safety.
safe. So safe.
Anyways, now that I no longer feel safe, I start walking down the streets, and I'm like crying, like my mom left me for my brother, and I had to use the bathroom. So
Did you wet the bed?
No, but at that time of my life, I like needed my mom's help to like wash my hands and everything. So I went to a
old were you?
I was like 3. So I go to Walgreens because that's where you go to the bathroom. My mom is there because in my brain my mom needs to help me wash my hands. So my mom's there and I'm like, Mom, will you please help me? Like, will you like finish this journey with me? And she's like, no. And then she
not help
drives
you wash your
away.
hands.
And so
I went to Walgreens because that's where you use the bathroom. What?
That's in my brain.
Yeah, usually.
In my brain, that's what
It's
you
terrible.
said.
I wake up in the morning and I have to go to Walgreens before anything else because, like,
That's where you go.
where else are you going to poop?
That's.
So then I woke up
It's not
crying.
like there's a conveniently located bathroom across the hall from my room.
It's actually literally across.
Because
the
there's
hall
not.
from me.
I live in the basement. I have to walk upstairs.
He uses the couch. Anyways.
I use the couch.
Continue.
Okay.
So, I wake up crying, and for the next like week to month of my life, I accuse my mom of not helping me with Santa Claus, and I was like actually really mad at her.
How do you remember this dream so vividly?
I just remember everything vividly
Mm.
because we're safe. Anyways, how about you go?
So, this was a nightmare as well. I was like crazy nightmare child.
Why are you pointing the microphone over here? You know it picks you up best when it's pointed towards your mouth.
It is pointed towards my mouth.
Not when it's over here.
Well, I was like that when when the unions were telling us.
Okay, you're not.
This was like
This was back when you lived on Elm Street.
When he was such a
no,
kid.
when I no,
Such kid.
please let me.
Okay, tell us about when you lived on Elm Street. Your nightmare.
I did not live on Elm Street ever in my life.
So you didn't have a nightmare on Elm Street.
I lived on Bittersweet Court at this time.
Bittersweet.
That is a special name for a court.
Bittersweet.
Like all the rulings are just bittersweet. Okay, your dream.
Okay.
So it was like
I'm scared.
it was a recurring nightmare that I would always have.
So
and
many
it
times.
terrified me so much. And I look back at it and it was not scary at all. But basically, I'd be using the bathroom.
At Walgreens.
No, in my house. But it was, It was a very, very cramped bathroom.
That's not just for display?
No, it is not. Monty.
It's like a china cabinet.
Monty.
This is our china. We're not going to use it.
Monty, you can use the bathroom at your house. You don't have to go to Walgreens.
Oh, that's so good to know. It's getting cold out, and so running to Walgreens every time I have to use the restroom, like it's just been like, and, you know, it's such a big deal. You have to put on your boots and coat. And
Yeah. So basically, I was in the bathroom, and this happened like every night for a year. This dream, and it was a very cramped bathroom, very small.
Okay.
The sink was like directly to my right.
Directly.
Big words for
To his
that one for
right.
one. And some zombie woman, I don't actually know what it was, would walk into the bathroom, very long chin, like this is my chin. It went down to like here.
oh, like the Giga Chad chin.
And
like
no, it was just like
Doofenshmirtz.
very long, like and slim.
Like Doofenshmirtz.
and their mouth was at the end of their
Doofenshmirtz
chin.
Evil Incorporated.
It's like Doofenshmirtz,
Like an
but if he was a
anteater.
woman, then more.
No, Doofenshmirtz's mouth is not at the end of his chin.
It's true.
Wait.
It was like here, but the chin was longer.
That's so weird.
You know what I'm saying?
So what did she do?
She started licking my hand.
What's the next question? Because this is giving me nightmares.
It's so weird.
It's just like this anteater woman just goes up to him and starts licking his hand, but she's
Wow.
also a
While
zombie.
he's using the
I'm
bathroom.
taking a dump
While you're taking a dump.
in a very small bathroom.
That is so weird.
It's a very small bathroom that's not for decoration.
Yeah, it was supposed to be weird dreams, so that,
Yeah,
I went
no.
with that.
Yeah, you would. Maybe.
It was
Wow.
a competition.
It is now.
Okay,
Okay.
I win.
Yep.
Let's go.
What's the next question?
Okay, so we're doing a transition.
Transition.
Oh God.
All right.
From women with long chin.
From zombie women licking hands to
Yep.
more biblical questions.
So today is about God's love.
Yeah, I like that. God's love is good.
And the
I love
first
God.
question
Oh,
is
that's
when
good.
in your life did you first feel the love of God?
Okay. When in your life?
Who wants to go first?
Ooh.
Monty, how about you go first?
Okay.
Monty's gone first every time so far.
Do you want to
No,
go
I went
first?
first about my tree friend.
I'll go first.
Okay. When did you first feel the love of God in your life?
In 6th grade,
Okay.
at the winter retreat, that was like, I never really knew God, really. I knew God. I knew of God. Like, it was obviously a prevalent part of my life because my parents would go to church. I'd go to church with them.
Yeah.
But I never really, like, thought of it as much.
Yeah.
And then I went to the winter retreat, and I saw, like, how everybody was, like, so happy there, and, like, I was, like, enlightened, and it was, like, a powerful experience for me. And
Yeah.
just, like, the worship time was huge for me. And I felt like I could, because everybody there was, like, around my age, and I could, like, experience it with them.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
And it just, the power of God was just in that facility. The congregation area.
Those facilities at Walgreens.
The sick.
The bathroom. The zombie walked in.
Zombie anteater woman. Oh gosh.
Yes, and at the end of the last night, this guy that was talking the entire time was very funny. Do you remember?
I wasn't there.
You weren't there.
No, I was too shy. I was scared.
This-
in middle school.
It blows my mind that you used to be shy, because
Yeah,
that
I
is
used to
not
be
what I
shy.
would say. Like, that's not a descriptor of you I would
Yeah.
ever think of.
Yeah, but this guy that was teaching every night was so funny. He told a story about some kid running into a tetherball pole at his recess. But that's another story to be told that I can't tell because it's not my story. I don't really know the deets anymore.
Okay.
So,
But that made you
At
feel
the-
loved by God.
Yeah. That story in particular.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the last night, he asked, like, obviously, every time you go on a retreat, this is asked. Just close your eyes and raise your hand if you want to give your life to the Lord at this time. And I raised my hand. And so it's kind of this whole thing.
Yeah.
I felt the love of God then, but I didn't really bring it with me back home. I was kind of just like, oh, I'm raising my hand. This is like I'm doing the action, but I'm not actually like incorporating my life into it.
Yeah.
So, but I felt God's love. That was the first time I felt it.
Yeah.
But I didn't hold it.
That's valid.
Yep.
That's tough to do.
Now I think I'm holding it. I hope.
I hope. I think so.
I hope.
Yeah.
Is it you or me? I thought I heard footsteps, but I didn't.
Yeah, I thought I heard footsteps too.
Maybe I did.
I could go.
Okay.
I feel like being a Christian, like growing up in a Christian family, it's hard to know, like exactly, at least for me, like when I first I knew the love of God, because like what Declan was saying, like I heard it a lot, but I didn't actually, like people would tell me about it, but I didn't like take it seriously until I would say, I think it was during COVID. Wait, that was like
4 years ago, almost 5 years ago.
That's right.
Oh my gosh.
But like during COVID, but like before that, I would remember I was dancing at Elmbrook actually, and it was the first song I ever felt the Holy Spirit is He Worthy? You know that one?
I do.
Yeah, I love that song. But I was dancing to it, and it was like, I don't know the lyrics exactly, but it was like the Lion of Judah taking his reign, you know? And like just like all the music was building up, and it was just like really powerful. And like all of the girls in my age was like running to the front of the stage, and my mom afterwards was like, Annabelle, why were you smiling so big? And I was like, Mom, I actually felt really happy about God. Like, I felt him loving me, and like that wasn't something I never felt the Holy Spirit before. And like that was the first time I was like it didn't feel like a story. Like it felt like, oh, this is something I can connect with.
That's fair.
And so that happened, and then like I don't know really how my life happened after that, but like that's all feels
Kept
like,
on breathing.
I kept on breathing until like COVID.
I'd hope you
I stopped
you'd
breathing
Yeah.
during COVID.
No, I actually just completely died, and then came back.
He resurrected. Whoa. That was before you got here.
Not really though.
Hey, you know what the worst insult you can ever give a ghost is?
What?
Get a life.
Got him there. Man, I don't think ghosts are real though.
Not even holy ones?
The Holy
Oh.
Ghost is real. Obviously.
That's like what you.
Okay.
But yeah, that was the first time I felt God's love. But I think that
Oh.
he's like slowly shown it to me
Yeah,
since then, that moment.
that's good.
So
That is good.
It's a very slow process.
yeah.
It is. And you know, oftentimes when it's slow and like building, I feel like that almost helps it stay. There's been a lot of research over like what form of conversion works better. You know, there's the quick fire and brimstone conversion stories where it's like, yeah, I was scared into my faith, but those actually seem to go away just as quick as they come in some studies. Whereas like being loved into your faith, and it's like a slow process, is like, oh no, this is real, and it's gonna not just be lost too quickly. That was not well said, but there's some
I
cool
wasn't
stuff.
following.
Yeah.
No comment.
All right.
Yeah. So for me, okay, some lore. I'm going to tell you guys a story that you've heard already, but with a little bit extra added to it.
Ooh.
Some spice.
Some spice, yeah. I had kind of left my faith when I was a kid. So fun, tragic stuff in my childhood. We left one church, started going to another one, and I really would not say that I was a Christian during that time. Like, I was going to church, but that was just because that was where people were. And yeah, when I was 16, 17, went to a conference, and like the entire week was good, but we got to what they called cry night. And like I remember just this presence in my head telling me to go talk to someone that I really did not want to talk to. And like, it was just such a heavy presence. And I straight up told that voice in my head, I am not going to talk to that person. You guys have heard this story, I'm sure. I've told it a few times.
I remember.
Yeah. And like, just told God, that's what the voice was. I'm not going to talk to that person. If you want this conversation to happen, they have to start it. And then they did. And like, that was a really impactful night for me, which is why I guess I've heard that story so many times. Like,
I've only heard it once.
Well, twice now.
You've only told it.
Yeah, now you know
once.
it twice.
Yeah.
That's why I've told it so many times.
Yeah.
Second time.
No, I've told it quite a few times since getting here, but
Not in my presence.
I'm sorry, I'll tell it more.
Thanks.
But yeah, left a bigger conversation with that person, and went to my youth minister and like had some really serious faith conversations about where I was in my faith and like where I needed to be. And that conversation with him ended up being like, so are you going to pursue ministry? And was like going from really not having any kind of faith, just kind of going through the motions. And honestly, I don't even know if I would have said that I was a Christian at that point, to I'm all in. And like, that's my everything. So
That's
yeah,
cool.
there you go.
Crazy how that happens.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like for me, it always happens at retreats when I feel like I really want to renew my faith.
Yeah. Well, that's fair.
Yeah, when I hear like people like on Instagram talking about like how they came to God, like
Do it for the gram.
What?
Oh, I feel old. That's
Wow.
not a phrase for you guys anymore.
No.
thanks.
Do it for the gram.
No.
I mean, I've heard
I've
it.
heard it.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, I know
okay.
of it,
Cool,
But nobody
cool.
says it
But
anymore.
but nobody
No.
says that.
I don't say it. I
You
did
just
say it when it was
said
cool.
it.
Well, yeah, in mockery.
Oh.
But like when people talk about their stories and how they came to God, and it's
Yeah.
like just like, oh yeah, I didn't feel anything, and then just boom, it happened because of one thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, that is crazy how that can just happen.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't had that experience really.
Yeah.
It was more like gradual.
And let me be blunt. It was gradual. That's just like the turning point moment that I can point to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, if it wasn't for all the things that had happened before and all the steps taken and all the people in my life before then, there's very little chance that I'd be a Christian today, you know? Like C.S. Lewis calls it the hound dog of heaven. What were you pointing to? Where it's like, no, God's going after you.
Yeah.
This is something that's going to happen.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think that goes into the next question. How does it make
Ooh.
you feel knowing that God loves you?
I know I can't be afraid of things because, well, God is almighty and powerful. He can do pretty much anything he wants. Well, not pretty much, everything he wants.
Yeah.
He can do. And I know that he has a plan for me, and no matter what, I will come out swinging. It's a metaphor.
I'm just envisioning him on a swing at the park he was
No,
talking
like,
about.
Like, that's...
I was thinking of the fall retreats.
Just he's just swinging. That's his
No,
faith.
not that kind of swinging, like, you know.
Oh,
Like Popeye?
Yeah. You know what I mean, like, I...
How does it make you feel, Annabelle?
oh.
What the heck?
Oh man.
I was still talking,
Yeah,
actually.
just he can finish.
Oh, okay.
All right,
fine.
forget I ever said come out swinging. I know that no matter what I go
Tire
through,
swing.
he has a plan for me, and whatever I go through is like he wrote that for me.
Yeah.
That's something I have to go through to strengthen myself in my faith and like in the flesh as well, I guess.
Yeah.
The flesh isn't as important, I guess.
It matters. We are given
It
it.
matters.
Um,
Obviously. And I just know that he doesn't, even though it might seem like it, like he's putting me through things that I don't want to be put through.
Mhm.
It's overall for a better reason.
yeah. Who would you be without those things happening, right?
No one.
It's actually
Uh-huh.
so funny you said that because that's what I've been thinking about the past couple of days.
Oh yeah.
Because, like, I'm thinking, like, okay, I'm a Christian. been a Christian. I don't know, like, I've grown up being a Christian. I don't know if, like, when I, like, my exact turning point, but, like, I am a Christian. And,
it's a relationship.
Yeah.
Comes and goes in waves.
Exactly. So.
Always comes back, but it's never quite the same. Really good song by American authors. Anyway.
But it's, like, there will be times when I'm, like, asking all of these questions about my life. I'm like, God, why do you want me to, like, God, like, I'm really confused about this situation. Yeah. Or, God, I'm really nervous about this. Or, like, God, and if I didn't have God, like, what would I do?
Yeah.
Like, right. I have no clue what I would do. I'd feel like an entirely different person, and I would be so much more anxious and so much more nervous than I already am. But, like I feel like I would be so lost if I, like, especially being a teenager and, like...
Yeah,
so lost.
So lost.
So lost. No, yeah.
But, like... As a teenager, like, people are always like, you're like, before you're a teenager, they're like, you're gonna have so many questions about life and who you want to be and da da da. And it's like, if I didn't have that, like, base of God, like, I think I would be so lost.
I am
lost. No,
but like,
so
knowing
lost.
that I have somebody to run to and somebody that loves me unconditionally, like, I don't need to prove myself to anybody that I'm worthy of love.
That's so important.
Somebody, like, God literally said, like, I'm worth dying for because he did die for me.
Yeah.
So,
that's good. Yeah. Oh, I do really
Your turn.
love that and appreciate that. Well, my mind is still kind of on the, like, you would not be who you were without the things that happen. Like, recently I was talking to my roommate about how, like, when I was in high school, I really wanted to buy Bitcoin. And, like, that was the beginning of Bitcoin. I went to my mom. It was $15 a coin. And she was like, I don't know what this is. No, you can't buy it.
Oh, you should have.
Yeah. And, like, I've had conversations with my mom kind of, hey, Mom, we'd be millionaires if you let me. And she's like, yeah. But I am so grateful that didn't happen. Yeah, because, like, I would not be who I am today. Like, I probably would not have gone to a Bible school, probably would not go to seminary, probably would not be in Wisconsin. And
you love Wisconsin.
I do. There's so much cheese.
It's because
I love cheese. I do.
I had a raclette yesterday.
There's so much cheese. Have you had Cousins cheese curds?
Yes, those
are underrated.
Have you ever had the Cousins
So
cheese curds?
underrated.
Yeah, I get them for free from Kellen.
Kellen, yeah.
Wait, I need to go find Kellen when he's working.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, but if you have to eat them really fast because
They
they
get
get cold and then bad.
Yeah.
They taste.
Oh.
And they're
But
they come out really hot.
fresh
too.
though, they're
If
incredible.
I'm eating cheese curds for a long time, it, like, gets old for me. Like, a large cheese curd, I ate that pretty slowly.
He's a fake Wisconsinite.
I'm the most. I am the most real Wisconsinite ever.
Oh yeah, say bag.
Bag.
Nope, you didn't say it right. That's not Wisconsin accent.
Nobody says big.
Nobody says big.
You say bagel, but you say bag.
Big.
No, if you talk to someone from northern Wisconsin, they will say big.
I'm not from northern Wisconsin.
Well, yeah, but you don't say big. Your mom the other day was saying cake, and it was cake. Yeah, you want a slice of cake?
She's from Illinois, though. She's from
I know,
Chicago.
but that was funny to me.
Big,
that was like the best.
Big is like Canadian.
Big.
Yeah, we say bagel, but
Beagle.
bag.
Bagel.
No.
Bagel. It's
Bagel.
bagel.
You cannot.
You want to go
bagel.
get some bagels?
It's not
I don't even know
bagel.
what that is. That's
that
what's in my
sounds
dictionary.
stupid. That's actually.
It is
That
pretty
is not
stupid.
okay.
So what's the next question? Or did we answer the?
There's just one more.
Oh, okay.
Did
I like how this was
I don't
supposed to
remember.
be 20 minutes and it's not 40 minutes. It's okay.
This is only supposed to be 20 minutes.
Yeah.
That's
Actually
a short
5 minutes.
podcast.
Yeah. Well, we have short attention spans, so.
Especially me.
No comment.
I've
Why
had
do
a
you
long
think that it is important to show other people God's love?
Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna go on a theological rant, so you guys go first. Why do you think it's important? Don't mess up,
Why do you
or I'll
think it's
bring it up.
important?
Or he'll come to
Cause
me.
like,
Because.
What's the
actually-
deal with these airplane peanuts?
actually because it's literally important to show God's love because it will bring people to God.
I haven't shaved my neck long enough that, like, I do have a neck beard, so I can't make any comments.
Okay.
I do not know.
Because that's
where
a
that
neck
came
beard
from.
thing.
Where did that come from?
Oh
How
my
did you-
gosh.
What
Do you not know?
Okay.
Actually, is a neck beard comment. And that's like the meme category. How did I get here?
No,
Desmond
that's
the
part
Moon
of the conversation.
ASDF.
Dude, Thomas was my childhood.
I love that.
And now for the funniest thing you've ever seen from far away. Apples.
I do not know what we're talking
Hey,
about.
Apple. Hey, Apple.
No.
Hey, Orange.
No. Anyways, you were
You don't
were
like that
saying
one? You don't like
annoying
that?
orange was the worst.
No,
Oh my
no.
gosh.
That was an ASDF one. The mom shot the kid at the end.
What?
Oh gosh.
I like
Is
trains.
this a children's show?
Sort of.
It was on the internet.
It's not a show.
I don't even
Yeah,
know what
just
we're
short
talking
moves.
about.
Anyways,
You were saying?
Decky Poo, it's your turn. You were gone.
Right.
Why is it important to love others? To show others love God? Is that what you said?
Because-
Yeah. Whatever.
Obviously, if you love others, you get love back. That's one thing. But also, if you show people God's love, which I have no idea how you do, just your own love.
Talking to your microphone. I'm sorry. Gosh.
It's still see.
Well, no, it will pick it up like this, but it's all echoes.
Oh,
If
that's
you
all
want it to be your
echoes?
direct voice, you gotta go
Oh.
like this.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's just echoes.
Okay.
Gosh, can you believe this guy? And that's how you show the love of God.
Be better.
Be better.
It will, because if people know that you're Christian and they see that you're like a good guy, per se,
Per se.
they'll
Perchance.
probably be like, and like if you're overall like happy and loving to people, they'll be like, that's cool. I want to be like that. You know.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I won't go off on you.
I kind of wanted to add more to
You're
that,
good.
but I forgot. I
You're
lost
good.
my train of thought.
You could come
You're
back
good.
to your
I like
train.
trains.
But do I have a wide a
No, no,
twain?
no.
Oh, a twain.
What do I
It's your
a
turn.
twain or a
Oh, a
twacto?
twacto.
You don't know that one.
I'll tell you later.
That was Craig's Little Kids.
So many
So
kids.
many kids.
So many
Oh,
children.
So many.
Anyways, what was the...
So lost.
I'm so lost in my thoughts right now. But
Why is it important
I
that you love
lost.
others with the
Oh
love
yeah,
of God?
okay. So you know how we were talking about how like God loves us and how that made us feel?
Yeah.
It's like it gives other people a future that
Mhm.
they can look forward to.
Makes other people feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It, like
And I don't know about you guys, but I like feeling good.
I enjoy
It's not your turn.
goodness. Well, you were interrupting him every single time.
This is our conversation. I can have comments.
So many comments.
Okay.
I don't know. Okay, my train is leaving too. Oh, it came back. So, I'm sorry.
Did it come back?
I forgive you.
So, because we can show other people the love that we feel from God, it's like if there was no future to God's whole plan, I feel like there would be no point. Like, the reason he made the earth was so that we could be in community with him. And the reason... No. Why is it beeping?
It has an SD card. You know what? It's gonna turn to audio only now. That's funny.
Sorry, guys. We could animate it. That'll be more...
Oh gosh, we'll just have a ChatGPT thing.
Could we just grab your phone and you just...
Let's just keep talking.
Okay, so anyways, sorry,
Anyways.
guys.
Video feed is out.
It's okay. What were we talking about? Oh, yeah.
Jesus.
So, like, I feel like there would be no point if there was no future. Like, if I couldn't live with God forever, why, like, for me, loving him now, it's like, I feel like if there's no future, it's like, I just want to be with him forever. Like,
Yeah.
and that's what makes me want to love him, because I know that if I love him now, then like I'll be able to love him like in eternity in heaven forever. And if
Yeah.
I could share that gift with someone else, they have that forever as well.
Yeah.
So
That's good. I'm gonna give my initial conversation point, but can you look up Genesis 12? I'll have you read some of that. We went over this a bit last week in Elevate PM. So I think that the reason why we need to love others is because it's commanded by Jesus. And it's very important.
Right.
Because what are the two greatest commandments?
love God, love others.
Yeah, love God, love others. Okay, so the
So
word
much love.
the word for that so much love. The word for that is agape, which I just found out last night. That's how you're supposed to pronounce it. I
What
was
is
talking to
agape?
someone. Yeah, I was talking to someone from Corinth last night.
Oh my goodness
Um,
gracious.
But yeah, agape.
What were you saying before? Agape.
Agape.
Oh.
Yeah.
Agape.
Agape love. But that essentially means I'm going to hold your burdens. I'm going to be there for you. I'm going to make sure that you're taken care of. How do we agape love God? Like, what are God's burdens?
He doesn't have any. Does he?
What are you talking about?
No,
He
what?
most definitely has burdens.
I guess.
Yeah. What are God's burdens?
But he can hold them all. Like we
He-
don't have to.
yeah,
hold them
God
for
can.
him.
He
But-
can, but he
Wanting
has
to be
them.
with us, and that we're not with him. Is that a burden of God?
That is people. People are God's burdens.
Aw,
And so how do we love God?
Aw.
How do we agape love God?
I don't know.
By helping God
Wait,
hold
what's
his burdens.
What's agape again?
Agape, that's love.
Oh yeah, agape.
Oh, how do we?
That's
how do
the
we agape?
Yeah, agape love God, which is
Why are you
love
saying
love God.
love God. Just say agape God.
Well, I mean, do you say chai tea?
Don't say try to.
Because that's
TT.
TT.
Yeah. Don't say that.
And
Or-
so the command, could you read the first 3 verses of chapter 12?
The Lord had said to Abram, "Go from your country, your people, and your father's household to the land I will show you. I will make you into a great nation, and I will bless you. I will make your name great, and you will be a blessing. I will bless you. I will bless those who bless you, and whoever curses you, I will curse. And all peoples on earth will be blessed through you."
Yeah.
I remember this one.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
was last week.
Yeah.
Oh,
To the day.
Yeah, I remember that.
The call to Christians is a continuation of that call.
Mm.
You
We
will
are
become a
called to
great
be
nation.
a blessing to others. It's, the call to Israel was to be a nation of priests. If everyone is a priest in your nation, does that mean that you're trying to evangelize to each other? Or who are you going after? People who aren't priests.
People who aren't priests.
Yeah,
People
good
who-
job. Good
People
job.
who aren't priests.
Yeah,
I got. Did I get it?
you did. I'm
Oh
proud
my
of you.
gosh.
Thanks.
Did he get a golden star?
If I had one.
Oh. It's imaginary.
Yeah.
I just put it on.
And
Me
so,
too.
that's one of the biggest calls for us. We're called to love others because that's how we love God. We are called to be a blessing to others. We are called to go after others because, okay, this is another side rant. I really will like going on this rant, and then I'll be done. And we can close out. But when we are talking about, whoa, the train did leave. That is crazy.
The train.
All
Oh,
of them.
okay.
Station.
So if we talk about theological constructs like theological parties, you guys know all the different denominations that we have.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's like 144 different versions of Baptist alone in the U.S.
What? Whoa.
Yeah, I know.
That's
It's
bonkers.
crazy. So that's
I
the
didn't even know
thing.
there was 2 versions of Baptist.
Oh yeah.
Me
I
neither.
thought it was just Baptist.
Oh, so
Yeah.
many. There's Southern Baptists. There's Independent Baptists.
All
There's
right, let's
American
not go
Baptists.
through
Yeah.
the whole list.
Yeah. Okay. So if we go back to, Jesus' time, there were 3 primary versions of Judaism. Okay. There were the Essenes, there were the Sadducees, and there were the Pharisees. And it's amazing if you look at like those 3 sects. The Essenes believed that God was the only one that could push any change into the world, and so they separated themselves out. We get the Dead Sea Scrolls from the Essenes and all this stuff. Then the Sadducees kind of believed that God wasn't going to work at all. It's only us that work. And so they would do all the things. They were the zealots. They were the ones that were trying to cause social action. And then there were the Pharisees. What is your initial thought of Pharisees?
Bad.
Exactly. Did you know that Jesus categorically was a Pharisee?
I don't remember what a Pharisee is.
A Pharisee was the theological line that was God wants to work with people to push creation back into God's good order.
It was like the people who made all those rules.
Yeah. Now, it got misguided, and that happens a lot whenever people are put in charge of things. But, theologically, Jesus believed that people were meant to work with God. And, if Jesus believes it, I think that has a lot of weight behind it. And so,
Definitely.
it's not just that God wants people to be saved independent of others. So who is God going to use to do God's will?
All
The people that are willing. And that's how we
People-
love God.
Yeah.
And that's why it's important to love others.
Mm.
I love you guys.
Yeah, I love you too.
Love you
And that
guys.
was the first episode of Groupers Goobers.
Ubers, isn't it elevators?
Yeah, it's the Elevator
Oh, yeah,
podcast.
why it's because our youth group's called Elevate, and we're the elevators
We're
Yeah.
elevating.
Yeah.
to be more like God.
Okay.
Well, it's time to stop, drop, and roll, guys.
That's all, folks.